Hey, this is Repticart Mike right now, and we got Al, right?
Yeah.
At Imperial Reptiles, and he's got a big announcement to make. We're at the Orlando Repticon show, July 2020. Tell us about your big announcement.
Our big announcement is we are opening up a brand new reptile specialty store here in Orlando. It's our second retail location. So we have one open in Miami, and we think that every city should have accessibility to reptile supplies, good quality reptiles, and affordable feeders. So that's what we hope to bring over here to Orlando.
All right, I'm going to show you guys. So he's got this right here. This is his handout. And then I'm going to flip it around. Oops. So it's on West Colonial Drive. Is it open right now?
It's not open. We just finished our lease. So we're going to start building it up, and we hope to be open October, November 2020.
Oh, okay. So that's good to know. Now, I own Reptiles Express, and this guy ships a ton of animals out for us. So we greatly appreciate it. He knows what he's doing when it comes to animals. So one of the things we're doing with this Repticart, this channel, and all this stuff, eventually you guys are going to be able to, we'll be talking, and you guys will see what you like. You'll click a link, and he'll get paid. I'll get the animals, and we'll ship it to you.
Perfect.
But we're still working the kinks out. So let's do a little practice here.
Very cool.
All right, let's take the first one, and let's set it up so you can see it.
We brought a couple popular animals that people are always asking for, especially at the shows or over at the store and online.
Yep.
So first up is going to be a Mexican black king snake. This is a great starter snake for somebody who's looking for something that doesn't get too big. The one downside that I would say is that they do move fast. So you got to be a little bit more comfortable with holding something that's going to move. But these guys are real impressive. They'll get about 5 to 6 foot long, and then they'll be jet black. Something this size is eating pinky mice, frozen thawed. It's hard to get the camera. Where is it going?
Yeah.
There we go. And sometimes you'll see like this little bit of white that they have along the sides, but as they grow, they'll go ahead and they'll lose that. Sometimes people are scared or nervous that king snakes are bitey, but in reality, this is a typical temperament of a king snake. They're just more flighty than anything else. Super easy to care for.
What do you feed it normally?
Super cool.
How
so
often?
we feed these pinkies and fuzzies every 7 days.
Every 7 days.
Every 7 days.
So yeah, I've seen that snake a lot of times at shows. Very popular.
Absolutely.
Very popular.
So Mexican black king snake.
Mexican black. All right, I want you. I'm going to try this out here. So this is a little overlay text that we could do.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to give the snakes a break now, and we're going to go for something that everybody seems to like. And this is the Leachianus gecko. Now this is the giant Caledonia gecko. This one is a Pine Island locale. He's got a lot of nice colors. Jumping on the screen, hopefully it doesn't cancel it out. They are full of character.
Wow.
And like any baby animal, they're just a little nervous. There's a lot of noise going on at this show.
Right.
A lot of lights and stuff they're not used to. At home, they're usually a lot more calm. And you can sit down somewhere that's got no distractions, nowhere where the animal can escape, and you can kind of develop a relationship with the animal. This is a really good beginner gecko that you can start with. They are on the higher end of the price point, but they're still pretty easy to care. Just like a crescent gecko. They're going to eat insects. They're going to eat prepared diets, that are like a fruit mix. But the more insects you get them, the bigger they're going to get, the faster they're going to get. So
average lifespan?
Oh, these guys can live over 20 years.
20 years.
I've heard of like people having like 30 and 40-year-olds. Let's see if we can get them to jump.
They are quite jumpy.
Let's see.
Oh!
So
Poor
this
fella.
is the Leachianus gecko.
One of my favorites. And a third.
And the third, something you don't see too often. This is a Brazilian rainbow boa.
Let's go back. What's on that type of lychee gecko? What sort of price range would you expect?
So lychee geckos can range in price depending on size, whether you're getting a small baby or you're getting an adult.
Right.
Something this size is going to range anywhere between about $550 on the low end up to over $2,000 depending on the lineage. This one right here is $750. what decides the price on this one is going to be the color and pattern that it has. We have some other Leachies that are a little bit cheaper, around the 550, 575, but they won't have the amount of pink and green that this one does. So we expect this one to continue to develop those colors.
All right, and I was just putting it up to the camera just to see what it looks like when I take something in a cup and put it up on a camera.
Yeah.
And this, I'm just using a MacBook Pro. In the future, I'll probably have
Like
a whole tripod and camera and system and everything.
And the last but not least,
right?
We got the beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa. You can see here, the lighting's not picking it up too well. They're usually not very friendly.
They're not friendly, yeah.
They're not, but it's okay. We'll get bit for Mike.
Oh, or Mike might get bit.
Or Mike. This is a Brazilian rainbow boa. As long as you move slow, they're okay. Now, they do have the reputation for being extremely nippy as babies, but as you can see, if you pick them up slowly and you kind of just let them crawl and do their thing, they're actually quite docile. The trick with these guys is just keeping them well fed when they're babies. Something like this is actually only about a month old. It's had one meal and one shed. We feed them fuzzies straight out. Now, these guys don't lay eggs. They're live bears. So we start them right on fuzzies. We skip the pinkies, and they do awesome. And that, keeping them better fed, seems to keep them a little bit more relaxed and a little more mellow. So that's a good tip for somebody who's trying to tame their Brazilian rainbow boa baby or trying to get a better, temperament on it.
Now, do people handle these quite a lot when the owners?
Yeah, they like to handle it. You want to get it nice and tame, but once they do enjoy handling them.
They enjoy
these guys. Yeah, these guys are like a cooler species.
Right.
So handling something this small on our body temperature for too long is not good for them. However, as they grow, they can become a little more tolerant to the heat, and they'll be more tolerant to handling. Yeah, you want to keep these guys very humid, which is why we're keeping them on the sphagnum moss. You want to keep a snake this size of Brazilian rainbow boa around 90% humidity. So they're a little bit more on the intermediate and advanced side. I definitely would not recommend a Brazilian rainbow boa for a beginner. But if you've had some experience with ball pythons or boas, and you want something that's on the next level, you can do bioactive. Great for bioactive setups. You can do something like a rainbow boa. They'll thrive in that setup.
What isopods would you put in the bioactive?
I'm still learning about isopods, but I think a dwarf whites would be a good start. They'll clean up, but you probably know more about the isopods than me.
So do you want
I gotta take a crash course.
Yeah, do you want a dryer? You want wet?
You want wet.
Okay, powder oranges then.
There you go, powder oranges.
Yeah, because they're not going to eat the isopods.
Yeah. And you want something that's not going to chew on the snake either, right?
And they won't chew on the snake.
There you go.
Yeah. That is beautiful. Try to put them close to there, see what we got. There you go. Yeah, wow. That's it. So you can really see the pattern, the colors.
Yeah, it's just difficult figuring out the movement because it's inverse. If I move this way, the camera moves that way. So while you're watching it, your brain's trying to figure out which way to go.
Well, that's what I was just doing, the wrong way. We're
doing a TV show.
Yeah, we're on TV. We're live.
So Brazilian rainbow boa.
So, and to conclude, let's talk about your Miami store a little bit.
Sphagnum moss.
Yeah. So he's got a store in Miami. Been there for a while.
Yep.
Didn't you just win an award?
We did, yeah. We got ZoomEd Store of the Month for June. That was awesome.
Right.
We've been after that for a little bit, and we just did a remodel. And Eric was kind enough to pick us for Store of the Month, and it's really good. We really do use a lot of ZoomEd in store. I really do think ZoomEd has some of the best products, and we were just happy that we were chosen with that. We're really honored.
Yeah. So he goes to a lot of Repticon shows.
Yeah, we do the Repticon shows from Tampa, Orlando South. Now that we got the Orlando store, we plan to join and do some of the ones more up north. So we're going to hit the Jacksonville, Gainesville, Tallahassee, Atlanta area next.
All right. Well, this is Repticart Mike signing out.